Welcome back to day 8 of learning how to make your very own sourdough starter at home and from scratch. As you can see, my sourdough starter has doubled in size. There's lots of bubbles all around, so she's nice and active. I'm hoping that if we feed her this morning, by the time I finish work this afternoon, she would have doubled in size and will be ready to bake a loaf of bread. My sourdough starter has more than doubled in size, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make our first loaf. So she's very nice and bubbly. Now what you need is 500 grams of flour, 362 grams of water, and we're going to do 15 grams of salt. I pre-weighed out all my ingredients. Water to the bowl, 125 grams of starter. Oops. It's a little bit more than 125, but we're going to go with it. Whisk that, and in goes your 500 grams of flour, and then 15 grams of salt, which I'm just going to eyeball. And then we want to combine that. Workout and a half later. Nice kind of shaggy dough. Scrape down the edges of your bowl. Cover it up, and then we're just going to leave it on the bench to sit for around about an hour and a half. Now an hour later, and we're going to move on to our stretch and folds. Now for your stretch and folds, you need wet hands. You're going to get one edge of the dough, and you're just going to stretch it as far as it can without breaking it. Rotate your bowl 90 degrees, and you're going to repeat this around the whole bowl. I'm going to do this 4 times. So basically every half an hour you're going to do some stretch and folds. Our last round, I'm going to do a coil fold. So again, wet hands, you're going to get either edge of the dough, and then you're just going to gently tease it up, and then you're going to fold it back on itself, and you're just going to repeat. Someone's got the zoomies. At this point, your dough should be nice and smooth. You want to make sure that you don't rip the dough when you're doing this. So as you do more of these, the tension in the dough will increase. We are going to cover that. Because I'm lazy and I believe sourdough should be easy, what I'm going to do now that I've done this is I'm going to chuck it in the fridge overnight, and then I'll come back in the morning and we'll take you through the next step.